It's me, So Real 187, bringing you my view as another absolutely beast gameplay, tearing up these trash noobs as I always do. Now, this video is going to be a discussion where I'm going to bring up some theories about a favorite TV show of mine. No, not Seinfeld, but if you remember, I bought some figures of The Walking Dead. I bought that's just like the figures of the Seinfeld characters that I got. Uh, Figures. I bought Daryl, Rick, and Shimon. I don't have those figures anymore because I gave them to a friend. I figured that he would get a kick out of them, so I gave it to him as a gift. But I especially wanted to get some theories out there before the latest season starts back again. The continuance of it. I wanted to get these two theories out. I wanted to discuss it. I wanted to see what you think about these theories. Now, the first thing is I want to discuss my prediction. Now, I have predicted this way beforehand. As you know, on how the last episode ended was the new governor. I consider him the new governor, which is now which is bigger and more badass than the governor ever was. And I knew the big boss was the next big guy was going to be like that. It was going to be huge. But here's my prediction. Do you remember the episode where Shane is with that guy on top of the dumpsters and the zombies are all around him? And that guy that tried to kill him earlier kills himself, and Glenn falls off into the zombies, but he doesn't get eaten. He survives. Right at that moment, I come up with a prediction. I think maybe a little bit beforehand, but I'm going to go ahead and say at that moment, I predicted that Glenn was going to not only die later on, he was not only going to die, but he was going to be killed by the next governor figure, the next big bad guy leading groups of men like the governor. But I also knew he was going to be bigger and badder. Now, I don't follow the comics. I've never read none of the comics. But I not only predicted that he was going to be killed by the guy, I also predicted that he was going to be killed right in front of his... Oh, I love that kill. Dude, I love that kill. And that dude is laggy. But I predicted that he was going to be made an example of, that he was going to be killed in front of most of the big cast, and especially in front of his wife. And look, the prediction, when I seen it, that the end of that episode is like making it real big, chance of it possibly happening, that he's right in front of Rick's son, right in front of Maggie, right in front of Shimon, the cream of the cast, pushing my theory, most likely going to end up right. So that I predicted that I'm pretty much am right so far, that the scenario is here for it to happen. It just needs to happen for Glenn to be the one to be beat to death. Do I really want it to be Glenn? No, of course not. But think about it. It's been a long time since a main character died. And it would be weak and pathetic if a weaker or a less cared for character to die. Putting this off at that kind of a suspense for what's his name, Eugene, to die. It will ruin the whole time being suspenseful for that moment to just find out, oh, it was just Eugene. Okay. Now here's the bigger theory. The theory that, if I'm right, I'm not going to allow my friend to let it down. He's going to have to bow down to me for if I get the right about Glenn dying in a way that he's going to end up doing. But here's the big theory. Picture this. Picture all of them dying at the end of the season, and Rick wakes up in the hospital, shocked, terrified, waking up in a cold sweat. And then picture this. Rick is a police officer. He got shot, and that's how he's ended up in the hospital. Cops are very observant of their surroundings. Cops, picture him observing his surroundings, half in and out, seeing people around him, like Herschel being his doctor, Glenn delivering a pizza to the nurses for their lunch. Picture him waking up, seeing the people that he loves still alive around him. Even Daryl and his brother Merle in handcuffs, being taken to the emergency room to be treated, or maybe they're there to swipe drugs for Merle. How awesome would that be, him waking up, not only looking up as someone grabs his arm to take his pulse, being Shimon, and also looking to the left of his bed, seeing his wife and his son still alive after the show supposedly ended, after all of them died. That would be me making the ultimate prediction, the so real prediction, just like this gameplay, 44-1 with a 44.00 ratio. Now that's so real.